Welcome to the Smart Office Reporting and Filtering course, Importing Dynamic Reports. This fast class will demonstrate the simple process of sharing dynamic reports with other offices using the Export-Import Dynamic Report definition tool. Also in this class, we'll take a look at the many different dynamic reports available for download on the Dynamic Report download page. For this example, let's say I wanted to share a dynamic report with another user who does not share the same system office as me. Currently, I'm signed in as Advisor Philip Anderson. Last week I met another Smart Office user, Advisor Greg Lehman, at a conference. I told him about a dynamic report I use called Below Minimum Life Coverage. The Below Minimum Life Coverage dynamic report brings up all of my contacts who have an income between $45,000 and $65,000 with less than $250,000 in death benefits. At the conference, Greg expressed interest in using the report, so I told him I would send the report directly to him via email, freeing Greg from having to build the report from scratch. In order to send the Below Minimum Life Coverage report to Greg via email, I'll first need to save the report as an XML file to my desktop. To do this, select Reports from the side menu, then select Dynamic Reports. I'll search for the report, and I'll tag the report. Select Menu, then select Export Dynamic Report Definition. I'll select Save to save the report to my desktop, and I'll click Save. Now the XML file has been saved to my desktop. With Outlook open, here I've composed a message to Greg. As you can see, I've attached the Below Minimum Life Coverage dynamic report file from my desktop. And now I'm going to send the dynamic report as an XML file to Greg. Now let's say I've signed in as Greg Lehman in another system office and I've just received the email from Advisor Philip Anderson. Now I've downloaded the Dynamic Report XML file to my own desktop. To import the XML Dynamic Report file, I'll open a Dynamic Report list. Then I'll select Menu, and then select Import Dynamic Report Definition. I'll browse for the file on my desktop. I'll highlight the file and click Open. Click OK. And you'll see the Below Minimum Life Coverage report in my list of dynamic reports. I can run this report just like any other dynamic report in my list. I can make any changes to the report by tagging it and selecting the Modify Report button. Next, I'd like to show you a list of several different dynamic reports available for download via the Dynamic Report download page. To access the Dynamic Report download page, run your cursor over Help Training in the right-hand corner of the screen. Then select Support. Next, select Dynamic Report Downloads. Our web page offers several dynamic reports, such as All Contacts Turning 64 and a half, a Business Prospecting Report, IRA Contribution History, Life Settlement Prospects, LTC Prospecting, and so on. Some reports include a fast class with specific instructions on how to build the report itself. To download a dynamic report, click on the Download Zip link. If you do not already have an unzipping utility, you can download WinZip from the side menu. When the file download window opens, click Save to save a copy of the zip file locally on your computer. I'll save a copy of this zip file to my desktop. Click Save. And once the download is complete, I'll click Close, and I'll open my desktop. Let's extract the XML file by left-clicking on the file and choosing Extract All. Click Next, and I'll click Next again to extract it to the desktop. Click Finish, and here's the extracted file. It's important to note there's no need to open this XML document. Again, the XML file can be imported using the Importing Dynamic Report Definition tool. You can review the process of importing dynamic reports in this FAST class by downloading the FAST class file using a link on the Fast Forward page at the end of this movie. Get the latest news and information by following SmartOffice on Twitter. Connect with other SmartOffice users by joining Ebix on LinkedIn. Exchange ideas, share solutions, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Please also take a moment to complete a brief survey regarding this FAST class. Your opinion is important to us, and we look forward to hearing from you. Please address any questions regarding dynamic report imports to a member of our support team using the support team link. We hope you enjoyed this edition, and we'll see you with our next edition of FAST Class.